Terry, Hulkamania and negativity go together like peanut butter and jelly. I mean, there's no better combo. Everything you say and do is negative. Everything you involve yourself in turns out to be shit. It just falls apart. There's nothing positive that comes out of any of it. I mean, how does it work that out this side of your mouth, you only have time and energy for all those things that are positive, positive ways, positive ideas, positive interaction, positive engagement, positive places, positive this, positive that. But out the other side of your mouth, whenever it fits your mood or suits your purpose to rip somebody apart, or mostly you use it to excuse yourself from your own responsibility in some failed venture you're caught up in, or just to pick on somebody. All that comes out this side of your mouth is negativity. People who still use their minds, they want to know how that works. Because it's talking out both sides of your mouth, it's hypocrisy to the max. I mean, it's unbelievable. The hypocrisy is unbelievable, but what's even more unbelievable is your denial of it. That you're not, it's like you're not even aware of it. Like if you won't acknowledge that you're aware of it, it will, everybody's judgment of it, seeing it for what it really is, will just go away. Life doesn't work that way for people, Terry. Then you're a real piece of work. I want to address that comment you made. I want to wrap this thing up. I want to address that comment you made in the interview where you said Hulkamania is entwined in society. I mean, I can't believe that everybody in the room just burst out laughing. It's another one of those examples of how you come up with these on-the-fly remarks and you think they're loaded with intelligence. But all they do is tell the story of how frickin' stupid you truly are. Hulkamania, Terry, is entwined throughout society, but not in the positive, cherished way that you think it is. You and men like you, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Tiger Woods, Mel Gibson, all these guys recently, other athletes like you, other celebrities like you, other men who have no celebrity at all. You are all enablers of the screwed up state of our society now. All the dysfunction that's going on in our society now, you're an enabler of it. You're one of the leading contributors, Terry, with your Hulkamania to the screwed up state of our culture. And all the degenerate, just idiotic, perverse behavior that's going on. Your own messed up life and the pitiful adult example that you set give young people ideas and excuses that they can live undisciplined and unprincipled lives without any shame, guilt, or remorse, just like you do. Life for most people, Terry, isn't a work. They can't afford the serious damages that come along with making stupid choices. You're a wealthy man, you can. You can behave immaturely and irresponsibly, and whatever price has to be paid, you can afford to pay it. When you lose one multi-million-dollar house, you just move to another multi-billion-dollar house. For as long as you can, anyway. Other people can't do that. Hulkamania is entwined in society by the example you've set of how to fuck up a life. You know, most people would have some shame. Most people would say, you know, I got to get my act together and I got to be more accountable for these screwed up choices and decisions I've been making. Most people would man up, Terry. I mean, Randy had it right. What was the title of his album or that song he dedicated to you? Be a Man? I mean, you've tried everything else. Why don't you try for once being a man? Try that suit on, Terry, and see if it works for you. You're lying. Man, you are just some kind of incredible liar. You're wicked. You're a wicked liar. Your whole life has been a work, lie after lie after lie. I mean, what is real doesn't mean anything to you. The fantasy world filled with lies that you operate in is more make-believe than the fairy world my tiny little daughters believe in. Your lying is wicked. And this recent lying that you've done makes you despicable. I mean, you're a real piece of shit, Terry. Let's get real, man. You didn't reconnect with Randy. You only said that to make yourself look good. You made that story up, you made that lie up so you could make yourself look good and get the media's attention that you reconnected with Randy. I mean, by your own account, man. You just recently reconnected with a friend you hadn't spoken to in 10 years. 10 years there was silence between you and Randy. And you go on that sit-down interview show and you throw Randy under the bus in the hateful, vile way that you did? What's wrong with you, man? What kind of human being are you? I mean, the things that have real value mean nothing to you and your life. I mean, to alleviate the heat, some of the heat from that, you're going to say, well, Randy hadn't had his accident when I sat down to do the interview. That makes you even more of a scumbag. I mean, you hadn't talked to your friend in 10 years. You put on this face like you're glad to reconnect. You're glad you got your friend back in your life. And then you go on then, or you sit down and you make a conscious decision to trash his personal life in the way that you did. I mean, by your own words, it's some events that have happened since Randy's passing. The words that you used and the stories you told, they prove that you didn't reconnect with Randy. You crossed paths with him about a year ago in a hospital and had a few words with him. He invited you to a barbecue, maybe a step toward reconnecting, but you bashed him and mocked him in another one of those Hulk and Friend, silly ass Hulk and Friend tour things that you did. You mocked and ridiculed him for inviting you to a barbecue. It was below you to go to a barbecue. You know what happened? Randy was at the hospital, probably doing charity work. He did a lot of charity work. You know, you bash him in that sit-down interview that he's a hermit, that he stayed out of the public eye. You know that he took care of his dad for the last 3 or 4 years of his life, man? Randy was probably at the hospital doing charity work, heard that you were there. Instead of being a coward and running the opposite direction like you would have done, he stepped in the room and he said hello like a man. And you sit on that show and you laugh and giggle and you make jokes about him and Elizabeth's marriage falling apart. You know, let me be clear. Randy was a man. He got over his marriage, or the marriage that he had with Elizabeth, and that it fell apart. He moved on. That's the kind of person and man he was. When he decided to give his life to another person in his life, be married to them, he was all there. His whole heart was there. There's no question about that. And a lot of people are talking about Randy being married to Elizabeth, that he's going to meet Elizabeth. Yeah, that's, you know, that's like background noise that people are going to make because of what they remember from those times.